Yeah, it's on. It's gone. A big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice.
All right. Well. Now that I've lost my momentum.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Thank You for Your Services podcast.
Episode 35.
Shirtish 5. This podcast was birthed out of a couple of bike rides, and I would honestly say I think the genesis of this show was all these times for over a decade you've cut my hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we would talk just fucking talk
Nice.
about work, the world, how it changed us.
Yeah.
Then we started doing it on a bike ride, and you're like, we need to start a show.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, here we are.
I've been trying to start a podcast with my buddies for a long time. I actually...
After a couple attempts, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, it's funny, like, sometimes, like, I seem to show you things, and then you just go.
Yeah.
Because I'll be
That's
like,
how I
hey, this
am.
is podcasts, and then you got, like, super into podcasts. Because I would talk about, like, Last Podcast on the Left and all kinds of shit with you. Because I've been listening to podcasts since, like, 2007, and I've been into them. But
Well, the first podcast that I ever heard was Sword and Scale.
Oh, that's depressing. That got me. I actually cried during an episode, and I had to stop listening to him. I heard that guy got in some trouble. Yeah.
Hey, what's that saying? One's looking one way, I'm looking the other way.
This guy's
What
like,
do you want from me?
What do you want from me? Okay.
What do you want from me?
Well,
no, I started listening to that show in its infancy, like in the double digits of episodes.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you showing me that.
And then
series.
I found Last Podcast on the Left around episode like 34.
Of Last Podcast?
Yeah.
What?
The Great Pyramids. It's still one of my favorite episodes.
I didn't start listening to the Last Podcast until 2016.
Whatever year it was. But either way.
They started in 2012.
Either way, that was the genesis of this show. And now here we are with people like Music Gaming 12 joining us.
Oh, yeah.
Every week, like friggin' clockwork.
Oh, yeah.
This show is so much fun to do.
This show is really fun to do. In fact, it's funny. Tom and I, we hang out outside of the show. Like,
we have for years.
Yeah. So, like, we went running yesterday, and we just bitch about life and death and
same thing,
everything. And I do still love bitching with you.
It never gets old.
We're a good bunch of bitches, dude.
Hey, man, I'm a little bitch. And I'm the first one to tell you.
Bitch. You're kind of big.
Who knows nothing? Well, if this is your first time listening to this show, welcome. And if you haven't yet, give us a follow on Instagram at thanks for your services _podcast. And that's thanks for your services _ podcast on Instagram. There's a link in our bio that will link you to all of the platforms that this show is available on.
There's a fucking mosquito out here.
We're outside again.
We're outside. I haven't been feeling well. I know I sound fine, but I don't know. Something's going on. My throat's swollen. Everything else feels pretty normal in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I had an allergic reaction or what.
I'm at the tail end of kicking a cough too.
And I think I just got whatever you had, probably from you.
A week ago, probably.
Probably, yeah. And I feel okay.
Because a week ago, I felt normal as I always do. I didn't feel poopy until this past Monday.
Look at the group of mosquitoes. That looks like my fucking nightmare, dude.
It's like a horde.
It is a mosquito horde.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Any platform you want to listen to us on can be found in our bio on our Instagram. Spotify, Apple, fucking
Podbean.
I guess Podbean is there.
Yep. Podcast app.
I dare you to tell me what Podbean is. I still don't know what it is.
Podbean is a pod-catching app.
Full episodes also on YouTube.
Yep.
And our TikTok is on there too.
Yes.
All of this is under the banner of Thank You for Your Services. And then if you're not a social media person, like some of us are moving away from social media, like taking a step back.
Yeah, I've been taking a break from, like, it's just Instagram and Facebook. I still watch YouTube. I think I'm going to stream on Twitch later tonight, stream Ninja Turtles, but that might be early tomorrow morning. I don't know yet.
It's good to walk away and just take
Honestly,
a break for a while.
remember you texted me, you said it's good to, you said like, hey, take a break and focus.
Mhm.
Dude, my focus has gone up so much. My eyes don't hurt anymore. I think I'm just done with it. I just want to wait till after haunt season and see how I feel.
Hey,
but
man.
I think I'm good. I think I'm done with
I know
Instagram and Facebook.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I know, yeah, you're a smart guy.
So
He's a smart guy.
If you're not a social media
Smart
person
guy.
and you'd like to write into the show, I would love to hear from you. Matt would love to hear from you.
That's me.
Still, someday, I'm gonna find you, Boris Karloff's driveway, sender of our first email, and I want to shake your hand, digitally somehow. But send us an email at ThankYouForUrServices _podcast. And that's thank you for your is spelled UR services at gmail.com. I'm gonna fix that camera really quick. It's bugging me.
Which camera?
This one.
Why? What's
the
wrong
Twitch
with it?
camera.
What's wrong with it?
You're a little more in frame than me.
Oh,
so
here, I got you.
turn it.
Yeah.
Turn
It is. I thought it was.
turn it just a
There we go.
just a hair. That's great. Don't touch it anymore. It's good.
There we go.
So,
Okay.
where was I? Oh yeah, I'm right here on the porch.
Me, baby.
We're on the porch again.
As you can see on camera, I am wearing my low top Reeboks, exposing my socks this week.
I saw your non-tube socks yesterday.
What non-tube socks?
Those were crew socks, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I did. So those are the socks I like to run in. I don't like to run in tube socks. I like to walk in tube socks.
Oh.
Yes.
I like to run in no socks
That's disgusting.
and no shoes.
That's fucking horrifying.
No,
Your feet just...
I won't. Okay, question for you.
Okay.
If you take off a pair of socks just
Yeah.
for any, I know you typically will keep your socks and shoes on the entire day.
Yes.
But if for any reason you have to take them off, like say you take like a midday shower or whatever,
Okay.
will you put that pair back on?
If I've been, like, walking around in them all day, no. I will put a new pair on.
Unless what? What if you haven't been walking around all day?
So a lot of times, just to save laundry, like, I get home from work, I shower because I'm covered in
Dude,
just
socks
mechanic shit.
take up a ton of room in the laundry too.
They do, and they're and especially I'm OCD.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, see, I'm not, because have you seen how large my socks are?
Yeah, that's true. There's more
So
real estate.
Yeah, and I have to match them because they're tube socks and they have the stripes at the top.
Yeah.
I have to match them perfectly, and there's different shades of red. Sometimes there's like burgundy, and then there's like bright red. And if I fuck those up, it'll drive me nuts. I cannot wear two socks that don't match. I will think about it the entire day. So
You can't just let go.
no, you've known me
You
for
wouldn't
20
forget?
years. Have I ever let go of anything?
No.
I hold on to every grudge known to man
Yeah.
and
It's gonna catch up with you one day.
woman. No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
No, I've caught up with it first
Mm.
because I never forget. Just like an elephant.
I physically,
Just like an elephant.
I won't put the same pair of socks on, no matter what. Even if I wear them for half an hour,
You have to change them.
I have to change them.
Okay.
I mean,
What if you're at somebody's pool party?
and all I have are those socks.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
you got to put those back on.
I like to keep extra socks. I like to keep extra.
You do keep a lot of extra shit in the car. I have a few family members that have OCD. Oh yeah, dude. I think I've talked about it on stream before. I have the really bad kind of OCD where I should have been on television. Like
on a TV show.
My OCD was horrible. I grew up, first of all, with two hoarders as parents. So it stemmed from that, I'm sure. And my brain is so poorly wired that I used to not be able to leave my room properly. I used to not be able to leave my room without doing all of my proper little
Rituals. They call them.
Exactly. In fact, I have overcome a lot of that in the past 25 years or more.
20, 15.
No, more. I started.
More? Okay.
My OCD started at age 6. I remember when it all started, because it started with my. I remember I always had to land with my right foot when I walked up the stairs, and then from there it just spread, and that's how my brain started to wire. And after that,
any reason for that?
No idea. That's just how my brain
happened.
made sense of everything. And then I just kept thinking, if I don't do these things, something bad will happen. So then I just kept doing more and more and more things. And I still get like that, but I have to tell myself it's not real, and I have to, and it's almost like I have to do cognitive therapy with myself by putting myself in situations and showing myself that nothing will happen. But even though I do that, the brain of somebody with OCD does not. It's still so. I've gained a nervous twitch because of it in my face and with my mouth, and I do this horrible click noise, almost like I have Tourette's, and it's terrible. I've gotten pretty good at hiding it, but when I try to go to sleep and when I drive, it gets really bad when I'm by myself. Yes, Liz is so used to it; it doesn't even faze her. She'll snuggle with me, and my fucking twitch won't stop, and then once I fall asleep, I'm able to calm it down. Anyway, enough about my dumb fucking weird things.
Your isms?
Yeah, I hate it. What's on your mind, baby?
Good question.
Okay.
So, let's see. A bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I've got great shit to...
I've had quite a week, so...
I've got great shit to show you, too.
Okay. What do you want to show me?
Oh, fuck. It's on the other phone. I can't. I'm going to have to... I'll edit them in post, but so this past weekend I went to the beach for the first time.
Okay. Which beach?
This year, Ocean City, New Jersey.
Okay, got it.
It was not as bad as I expected. Ocean City, NJ is pretty cool.
I like Ocean City, New Jersey. It's a dry town, so nobody acts a fool.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Did you not? Oh, you didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Okay, yeah.
I think
it's very family oriented there.
I think I'd prefer it to OCMD. At this point,
the boardwalk at Ocean City, Maryland, though, I think is more fun.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
And but let me see. So the first thing I did was I saw all those those beach bootleg T-shirts.
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
They get better every year.
Did you see one guy at work? He showed me one that it was a weed plant, but it was Sonic the Hedgehog and it was Chronic the Hedgehog.
I love that. Growing up, those blinged out SpongeBob shirts,
dude.
And or the cartoon characters with big clothes on and just
Big Dog.
Oh, I love
Big Dog is classic.
I love them.
Or or you'll just get Bart Simpson smoking a blunt for no reason.
So cool.
Or Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle is high as balls. Which is funny because they ran so many anti-drug campaigns with the Ninja Turtles, which I'm actually getting that tattooed on my arm in November. Pop pizza, not pills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I saw the amount of Trump T-shirts that are just over the top.
That's a very conservative area.
Well, I think it's two things.
Okay.
I think it's that.
Yeah.
And also combined with those T-shirt printers know their base.
Yeah.
They know that people like that
fucking love T-shirts.
Not just T-shirts, but they'll spend $30 and just piss it away.
Sure, yeah.
They'll piss away $30 on a stupid shirt that they'll wear 4 times, and then it'll just take up real estate in their home forever.
Yeah,
but the T-shirt printers sell out of them, or they're making money hand over fist with these as dumb as you can possibly think, stupid T-shirts. One of them was fuck. All the pictures are on my other phone. I'm so stupid for forgetting that. I gotta remember to send myself these photos because I collected the license plates this week too. But One of them was man, or like I could use a mean tweet and $1.79 gas right now. It's just a big ass Trump. Like one was like one was Donald with the fucking Superman S on his chest like that with the shirt ripped out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, they were so good. There's 2 or 3 more, and I'll add them to the video later.
Okay.
And
That's
then
funny.
I saw a guy with a like not a jersey but like a penny. You know those jerseys that are like reversible?
Yeah.
That look
a
like
penny. Okay.
they're like less
I thought you
material
were
than
just
a
saying
jersey.
penny weird, but yeah, penny. I know it. Yeah. Penny
So
jersey.
it said "Lions, not sheep."
Oh,
1776.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And it was
I'm sure that guy's leading the pack.
It was he was brave, a real soldier.
Can I tell you a T-shirt I saw? Because I wrote this down.
Yeah.
I fucking laughed so hard. I saw this lady who was up as early as I was, like with kind of like meth mouth going on. Shirt said, "I'm allergic to mornings."
Amen, sister.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm
sister.
allergic to mornings.
Amen.
You know, I work hard. I hate getting up in the morning.
Don't even look at me till I've had my coffee. I tell you what. I don't.
Oh my god, bro! When you texted me I texted you the most annoying things people say at work, and then I was like, oh, bro, this is definitely one of those things. I'm allergic to mornings. It's like fucking Garfield. I hate Mondays.
Hey, who doesn't, right, Garfield?
Am I right? Garfield lovers.
Fucking. I saw. You know those like class T-shirts? Remember the Straight Outta T-shirt I saw?
Oh yeah,
like
bro.
weeks and weeks ago.
Yeah,
I saw
since 2015. Those fucking T-shirts.
I saw Straight Outta Quarantine class of 2020.
Wow.
And I was
cool.
I was like fucking.
Yeah. I hope that person fucking dies.
I sure don't want to wear that on a T-shirt.
It sucks they made it through quarantine.
It sucks they had to graduate high school through that, but
that does suck. Yeah.
But I would do my best to not remember it.
Yeah.
2020 was a fucking garbage fire.
Weird. I had a pretty good year.
I mean, mine was okay, and I'm lucky to say it wasn't interrupted by anything, even by sickness or anything, and nothing in my family. Just I skated through it. But I don't want it to have happened. I wish we could get those 2 years back. It's just
interesting.
Went away in the blink of an eye. And have you noticed that they're like changing the landscape of the beach? You were just at the beach.
I was at Rehoboth.
Yeah, but so like at Rehoboth.
When you say landscape, like the actual sand, like they're putting more sand.
Like the skyline is changing. Like the Dolly sign is gone.
So yeah, they moved it. Now they have it at the museum.
At a fucking why?
They moved Dolly's, the location. Yeah, my buddy Shane was complaining about that. Not complaining, but he was just telling me all about that because he was like, "This is classic, like Rehoboth Beach. This is so weird that it's gone."
It would be like them like painting the Roth Bridge like gray.
What's the Roth Bridge?
It's the bridge with all the poles that are yellow.
That's the Roth Bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew.
It's across.
I thought that was the
St. George's.
Yeah.
The St. George's is the white one right near it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's the old bridge.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But just like that, in Ocean City, Maryland, they're doing it too. Like the Funland place with the rides and stuff.
Yeah, I fucking love Funland.
So I
got a sweet T-shirt over the week. I'll tell you about it.
My buddy Phil, shout out Phil from Queensway.
Hey.
He was just there, and he was like, "This is fucking bullshit," because he took a photo of himself in front of the place with all the rides because they had tiles that were all colored and stuff. And now it's just blue.
So they don't have the Funland letters anymore? Oh shit. Now that I am
shaking my head
back, I didn't even notice that when we were there. You know what I did notice? They took out the shooting gallery. But I think that's been gone for a while.
Well,
it was a haunted shooting gallery. It was like the coolest thing ever.
So, they're changing the whole landscape. Like, I sound like a boomer right now, but it's true. They're changing the landscape of the fucking like the beach, and it's just like, it's one of the only good things about Delaware are the beaches.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But I don't know,
or memorable rather.
I don't understand if they think that that's what the people want, like, or if they just change it to. I truly have no idea. It's like when you see. How do I put this?
Is it? You think it's kind of like the McMansions that pop up everywhere, or maybe like the gentrified, like?
Because I would say McMansions are just, most people don't really know anything about homes when they buy them. I mean, sure, they know what they like, but I would say like they don't know how to build a home. And when they see an old, I don't know.
I think they know what they see on television.
Yeah.
And they see like,
so it's like that with music, right? So it's like why does auto-tune exist? It's like we had good singers. Why do we need auto-tune?
Well, originally it's called pitch correction.
Yes, you're right.
And
it was invented. Well, the first popular use of it was for Cher's "Do You Believe in Life After Love?"
Well, I think that was the most accentuated one that also, like you said, was popular. But it's always existed. People just didn't know about it.
Always?
Because it's, yes. Not always.
Yeah.
But it has been around much longer than that Cher song.
Huh. I wonder.
It's because it's supposed to be behind the scenes. It's not supposed to be used as an additional vocal effect or instrument in and of itself.
But I guess what I'm saying is like
the houses thing.
Not just houses, but right now we're at a period where everything is becoming a mix something.
The same.
It's very odd, and I feel like our generation hates it, but we just keep buying it. It's like, okay, here's what I'll say. Now, I am for those of you who are listeners, I'm a toy collector, and I love action figures. Especially action figures from the 90s are my favorite, not just because I grew up with them, but when you look back at different action figures throughout time, action figures in the 90s are just, in my opinion, the coolest, because you have Spawn, Savage Dragon, you have like Mutant. You have these really difficult, in-depth action figures that they were, banging out, and we were getting them at Toys R Us, and that's really cool to me. Now,
KB Toys too.
But now, what are the most? Okay, you as you're not a toy collector, but what do you think right now is the highest, like the biggest collectible toy? When you go to your friends' houses that are also like, we'll call them nerds, quote unquote. Yeah.
Big finger quotes.
Yeah.
Nerds.
What would you think?
The biggest?
Yeah, like what would you say is the most common toy you see in nerd homes?
Funko Pops.
Fucking Funko Pop. Exactly, Funko Pops.
And specifically, boxes.
And they
with the pops in them.
The boxes. Now, Funko Pops are all the same fucking height and shape with the big stupid eyes. I think they are the worst toy ever created. And I like Funko as a company. I think they're fantastic. You know how they got their start?
There's a documentary on it.
There is, yes.
It's good.
But the Bob's Big Boy, they decided they wanted to take that and make it into a bobblehead. And they did, and they made millions off of it. And then they just kept taking these different properties like Ratfink and these things that all the boomers grew up with. And that was cool. But the fucking Pop figures are the worst. I hate them. I hate to look at them.
They anger me only because so many people buy them.
Yeah.
And I have to go to these people's houses, these people who I love dearly.
Oh, sure.
I go to their homes, and these fucking toys are like, I don't have a problem with toys. If you have a toy, if you have a sweet ass toy collection, great. Yours is astounding.
I've built that over 30 years.
Exactly.
Also.
They should be shown in a way that is like looks cool, but everybody's Funko Pop collection looks the same because they're all in the boxes, and it's like either a wall or a bookshelf, or there's some like on a mantle, and it's just a bunch of white boxes with toys in. It looks dumb.
It is the quintessential buying into a personality, and I think a lot of us who are like artists or musicians, like I hate it. I hate it.
Well, we can see through it because it's fucking bullshit.
If you're a Star Wars fan, that's one thing. That's cool. Like, whatever. I'm not into Star Wars, but if you're a Star Wars fan and you have been since you were a little kid, that's great. But to only collect the most, like, the shittiest, most common thing, and then go, I'm a Star Wars nerd, and like that's all.
You're not a nerd.
I know. It irks me. and I don't want to be a gatekeeper here. I want everybody to enjoy these things. I really do. But I wish they would go outside of the fucking Funko Pop zone and look into the actual like detailed cool toys people make.
Just like these McMansions and things that are popping up everywhere. Yeah. It's the Funko Pop is a formula.
It is a formula.
People don't. I don't think people care so much for. Well, maybe they do, depending on which Funko they buy, which pop they buy, because there'll be Office Pops or fucking Star Wars Pops or Game of Thrones Pops.
Oh, I like those things.
There's a formula to the Funko Pop, so they're all the same. Like the formula for like how the head looks and the body and all that shit. But it's just following a formula, just like
and I love
homes.
Sculpting and molding, and I love I gotta tell a funny story later about that. I love the process of toy making. I was making toys for a while.
For those just listening, we saw something walk by.
There is a for those just listening, there is a elderly Italian woman who has been living in this neighborhood, I think, since the 50s or
since
60s.
The Depression, let's be honest.
And she always wears a tube top and extremely short shorts. Now, one time, and this is like God shined his light upon me this day.
What's her name?
And Liz. I don't know her name.
Let's make up a name for her. What's her name?
I'm pretty sure she only speaks Italian. So one time,
Marie.
Liz. Okay, probably Marie. Yeah, or Rosemary. Yeah, because that's like my whole family's name.
It's Marie.
Rosemary or Marie. That's like my entire family because we're all Italian.
All the boys were Peter or Michael.
Yeah.
And all the women were Marie.
Yeah. So one time it was just starting to rain.
You don't
outside.
have to whisper. She's long gone.
I know. I'm just talking at a normal rate.
You're talking at a normal register.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
So one time it just started raining, and Liz and I were walking back from picking up groceries, and she was in front of us. Let me tell you. She moved her shorts to the side, took a piss standing up.
That's
right
her
in front of us.
Hell yeah! Sometimes,
and then just kept it moving.
Hey man,
this was on the cement, by the way, right there.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta go.
We both looked at each other. I said, "Did you see what I just saw?" Like, I've seen people pee in public, but that one, that was spectacular, dude. I loved it.
Hysterical.
I know.
But, what else about the Funko? We were talking about...
I don't want to get too much on a toy rant because I'm just going to piss listeners off. That's not funny at all. Well, I mean, it's funny how angry I get about it.
Toys aside, it goes back to the formula thing I was saying.
Yeah.
Everything out there is following a formula, and it's not original.
It's like Instagram models, bro. It's like these people who were fucking...
It's like television. Television shows follow a fucking formula.
Oh, of course, yeah. But it's like, it all reminds me of these Instagram fucking models who were normies in fucking high school, and now they get fucking full sleeved tattoos done in like 2 sessions, and they're all fucking Instagram famous now.
Well, I hesitate to say they'll do that, but people, especially the norms from high school, they'll more so... a few years ago, maybe 10 years or so by now, we're getting covered in traditional tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
But now, I think the trend is getting covered in really small black tattoos.
It is, yeah.
And they look like some people look as bad as like fucking a desk in a shitty high school or something.
So, yeah, it's almost like Russian prison tattoos are in.
Almost.
Yeah, but it's like a chic version of that.
Yes.
And that's fine. I like it. Like I think it looks cool on some people, whatever, but
some people pull it off.
But like,
in fact, my buddy Zach just moved to LA to do those style tattoos, and he's really fucking good at it.
Oh, dude, honestly.
Shout out to Zach Saravo.
So my wife is a tattoo apprentice right now, and she did a Cupie the other day. You know what Cupies are,
sure
right?
Do.
Yeah.
Mel loves them.
And I thought it looked awesome, but it was very simple. But I've always liked my tattoos with no detail. Like if you saw like my chest tattoo and all this stuff, I've never been a person of. I like cartoony looking things. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't want to just be two guys that are angry on this podcast.
I'm not angry.
I am. I'm always angry. I fucking have hatred running through my veins at all the time.
Look at you. You're the yin to my yang.
Why?
Well, you look like a yin yang in this outfit.
Oh.
And you're the angry, and I'm the happy-go-lucky.
See, that's
regular
wild
guy.
because normally you're the angry one on the podcast.
Who's angry?
Not me.
Well,
oh yeah, me.
Not
you.
What do you know?
What do you know? What do you say? What do
you
you know?
What do you say? You know what else I was doing this weekend?
What?
Besides
What?
Tommy? No. Also at the beach.
Okay.
Back to the beach. I wasn't done.
All right.
Carousel.
What about him?
Is the most cursed, like, scary ride.
What? The carousel? Why is that?
It's just that
Does it creep you out?
it doesn't creep me out. I felt that thing's wind that it created. That was a big fucker.
Terrifying. That was a big bee.
That'll probably show up on camera. That was a big. That bee was like the size of a $50.
That was a big bee.
Anyway, I just see, like, I see kids like on the carousel with their parents, and the parents are just standing there holding the pole with the dead look in their eyes,
dude,
and they're just like,
you're dead inside. Yeah, dude.
I'm like,
first
man,
of all, the beach.
What a sad ride that is.
Dude, the beach. Can I say I fucking hate going to the beach? By the way,
I love it.
I only went. So I went because it was my wife's birthday, and she wanted to have. We got a hotel with all our friends and all this stuff.
You did it up.
Oh yeah, and I spent quite a bit of money.
Of course.
And I fucking can't stand the beach. I don't like really hanging out on the beach. The boardwalk's fun for like a little bit, but I'm good. You know, one night I'm fine. They had some good record stores. Anyway, I don't want to interrupt where you were going.
Well, that carousel is in.
The carousel. It's funny too because I've always enjoyed the carousel. Just the simplicity of just sitting there, going up and down on the horses. I like it.
Oh, and also speaking of kids these days.
Go on.
Every like I saw Mel and her friend Chelsea on the tilt.
Chelsea, who we had on the show.
Right, Chelsea from episode 31.
Okay.
4 weeks ago. Great episode. Listen to it if you haven't.
Good plug.
They were on this ride, and there were it wasn't the tilt. It was the ride next to the tilt-a-whirl. I forget what it was called, but any car. Like, the car had 4 seats in them, and there'd be cars of, like, a family or, like, 2 friends or whatever, like them. But sometimes there'd be a car of, like, 3 or 4, like, probably teenage girls.
Yeah, right.
And all of them, all of them, not some of them, 3 different cars of different groups of people.
Yeah.
They would have their phones either like this.
Oh, yeah.
Or like down here, like, making content of some kind.
Yeah.
Or taking photos.
That is communication.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not even like they're on a ride.
Dude, that's this generation's form of communication.
You're fucking riding this ride, spinning around this, like, going fast.
But they want everyone else to know they've been on this ride.
And I'm like, man,
or that like, they're experiencing this ride.
You're missing it.
It's their journal entries, bro.
You're missing the ride.
I know. It's their letters. It's their journal entries. It's their. That's how they communicate. I think some parts of that are neat. I think it's interesting that we are, like, obsessed with ourselves as a species. I guess we always have been, but now it's, like, even more so.
Amplified, man.
Yeah, because
multiplied.
You have computers in your hands at all time, but
supercomputers.
Yeah.
And the internet.
Yeah, you do have the internet.
Let me get the fuck off the fucking beach topic, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this for too long.
No, because it sucks, because now I have to... Well, not now, but I have to also talk about the beach.
We'll get to it.
Oh, no, I know.
I saw... Oh. This episode should be coming out at the exact same time as my episode on Ryan Sickler's podcast.
Ooh,
the Honeydew.
Oh, I love it.
The Honeydew with y'all.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Not the regular feed, but the Patreon feed. The Honeydew with y'all.
Dude.
And if you don't know who Ryan Sickler is, he's a comedian, and he has a great podcast called The Honeydew. And his thing is that he highlights the lowlights and he tells the stories behind the storytellers. That's his little tagline.
Okay.
So his Patreon feed is called the Honeydew with Y'all, and that's when listeners can write in to them, either Ryan and his producer, and if you have a crazy story, he'll be like, I want to hear that fucking story. So I emailed in, and somebody got back to me in like I told a brief synopsis of the time that I died when I was 17.
Sure, yeah.
And then this other time when I got hurt when I was 24. And somebody replied to me within like a day or maybe two, and they're like, "You're coming on the show."
Oh man, that's so cool.
So I told those stories in depth.
Fucking bugs.
And I got to shoot the shit with Ryan Sickler, and that episode should be coming out at the same. It was filmed a while ago, but it should be coming out the same day this one does on the Patreon feed.
Okay.
There's a YouTube video to it, but it's an unlisted link, so it's there on his YouTube, on the Honeydew YouTube channel if you look for it. So you'll have to like look at his page to look for it. I can probably link it if I wanted to, but I saw him at Helium this past weekend.
Oh, that must have been rad.
It was really fucking funny. He's been doing comedy for 30 years. So
did you get to go
funny.
up and talk to him and say, "Hey, I was on your show"?
So he killed for one.
Sure, yeah. He's
Look,
got that high-pitched laugh.
His laugh is amazing.
It's something.
It's something else. But he was like, everybody come, like, if you want to come through and get a pic, I'm doing a meet and greet. And I was like, there's my in.
Oh, yeah.
So he did
There's
the
your
meet
plug.
and greet. And I met his producer, who was really helpful, Kirsten.
That's cool.
She was selling merch.
Oh, that's a female name. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, you're Kirsten, right? And she was like, yeah, it's me. And I was like, hey, Tommy, I was on the show. And she was like, yeah, you're the one who fucking. And I was like, yeah, that's me. So I walked up to Ryan, and he was like, I'm sorry, man. Which story was yours? Because he fucking listens to like 3 or sometimes
Sure,
2 or 3 in a day.
Yeah,
I'm sure. And I was like, oh, I'm the guy who died the one time. And he goes,
he has that crazy high-pitched laugh.
and I got an authentic Sickler laugh out of him.
That is awesome.
In person. And he was super cool.
That's rad.
We got a pic.
Seriously so cool.
We got a pic too, and I'm actually wearing the same shirt in that picture.
Oh, that's awesome,
It's
man.
very funny.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that was this past weekend. And then last thing that's on my mind before I get to the funny plates.
Okay.
I saw a squeegee guy today on Kirkwood Highway.
Yeah?
You familiar with the squeegee guys?
Of course.
Or the squeegee boys?
It's been the squeegee boys?
In Baltimore, it's a big thing.
Oh.
Squeegee kids. Sorry, squeegee kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, that used to be a thing in like New York and Philly, but I haven't seen. I was trying to find my notes, but I haven't seen one around here. I mean, maybe near BJ's. Is that what you're talking about?
Kind of. So if anyone doesn't know what squeegee kids are, they come up to your car and they start throwing like cleaner on your windshield and wiping it, and then they expect you to pay for the service even though you didn't ask them.
Oh yeah.
So in Baltimore, what you have to do is throw your windshield wipers on like full blast so they don't come over.
Sure, yeah.
But there was a guy on Kirkwood Highway doing it today at the corner of 41 and Kirkwood across from the McDonald's.
Yeah, they'd be holding up fucking signs now that say like, this little kid needs surgery.
Yeah, something
groups
like that.
Of them now.
So he was like, he had the bucket on the ground and he had the squeegee in his hand.
Yeah.
And he would go like this, like kind of beckoning to the motion, and he would like make eye contact with the driver. He'd be like, he'd point at them with it, be like, you want a squeegee? You want a squeegee?
You want a squeegee?
I was across the street, but I was like,
squeegee?
he is being way too polite for this job.
Holy shit.
You got to just go up and start doing it if you're going to do it, man.
You got to squeegee until they fucking pay you to stop.
Yeah. They're not paying you for the job.
No, they're paying you to go
stop.
away. That's everybody.
Dude,
Holy shit.
that made me laugh today. That was today.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Did you see any funny plates this week?
No, I didn't.
Not one?
Nope.
I saw Truckin' today. Trukkin.
Oh, man.
I saw a really funny sticker.
Bet they wanted 3Ks in there, huh? Whoa. Controversial.
So I saw a sticker on a car that said dreams, work, success. And then under had subtext said, I never dreamed about success. I worked for it.
Cool.
On their windshield.
Man, they fucking must work.
On their windshield.
And they must be successful. What kind of car were they driving?
I want to say it was like a Mitsubishi Galant.
Ah, yes, a
something.
Mitsubishi Galant.
Some shit like
Hey,
that.
man, when you dream it and you work hard enough for it, you too can fucking drive a Mitsubishi Galant.
Oh, and the best license plate, yes and.
Yes, and?
Yeah.
Ugh. That's like people that get that fucking... What's that fucking tattoo? A semicolon? Because the story never ends.
Do you know what yes and means?
Yes, and?
It's the classic, like, it's improv.
Yeah.
It's like the basis of
course.
improv comedy. It's
Most
like
definitely.
zip, zap, zop, and
Dude,
yes
do
and.
you know how much theater camp I did growing
You
up?
should be like, that's funny then, you fucking alien.
I'm not laughing.
What's wrong with you?
No. You know what was in theater camp? We used to play this game called Hotel Obligado, and it was a murder mystery party. And there'd be like 50 of us on a stage, and you'd have to shake hands with everybody. Everybody had their own character, and you would tickle the inside of somebody's palm, and then they would have to act out a death, and it would have to be like crazy, like, oh, I choked on a cigarette or something. I don't know, but or you got stabbed, and then by the end of it, there'd be a couple of people left, and if somebody could guess who the killer was, then they win the game, or if they couldn't, the killer wins the game. So.
Yes and.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that.
No.
What's on your mind?
Oh, God. Let me tell you. I had a wild week and a wilder weekend. Let me start with the weekend. So last weekend, as I said, was my wife's birthday weekend. She's same age as me. We're both 32. And we drove down to Rehoboth with my buddy Shane. And then we met up with my wife's friends there. Now, my wife's friends are... They're gay. One of them is non-binary, and they are all involved in the drag performing scene for forever now.
Nice.
And they are hilarious. Just in general, they are just like the funniest people, but everything they say is like a backhanded compliment, or just we were all just having a blast, just making jokes about each other and all kinds of stuff. And I made a couple of dad jokes, and I like ruined their evening, and it was so great. It was very funny.
When you put it that way, it does sound like a really good time.
It really was, but
like a day.
But it is funny. So like a couple of funny things. One of them would say to me, I asked my friend Shane. I kept the car running. I was driving everybody around. I offered to drive because I got a minivan, and they, everybody wanted to drink. So the first thing I will point out,
beep, beep.
and this is like not meant to be disrespectful. This is meant to just be like fun. Like, gay men have a very high, like, they want to go out a lot to very bougie places, and they want to drink. Yeah, they want to live it up, and they want to drink expensive shit
They
all
want
the
to
time.
party, man.
And especially in Rehoboth. Now, for those of you who or maybe don't live in Delaware or just listening from God knows where, Rehoboth Beach is known as the gay beach, like, I would say of the United States. We get people from all over, and it's
on the East Coast, no doubt.
It is a gay party town.
On the East Coast, without a fucking doubt.
I will say it is mostly a gay male party town, but it's definitely LGBTQ friendly, very much so. And so anyway, we had to run to Walgreens for like a couple of things. And I asked my buddy Shane, he got out the car, and, do you need anything? He says, hey, Shane, can you just pick me up a bar of soap? And her friend goes, oh my God. And I was like, what? He's like, I can't even imagine being straight. And I was like, why? He's like,
Why?
A bar of soap? Any bar of soap? He's like, I have to ask a million questions before I buy soap. You
That's a
just
great
said
point.
a bar of soap. He's like, I gotta make sure it goes well with my skincare, like my plan, like all this shit. I was laughing so hard.
Amen, sister.
These folks had to change their outfits anytime we went anywhere.
Sure.
One guy, he's a lot like me. He's very into working out, like trying to keep his body toned, and he's in very good shape. And he wore this fucking. We went to the Rehoboth is
beach?
already a gay beach.
So you went to
But
the
we
beach?
went to what's called Poodle Beach. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Okay, exactly. I had never heard of it either. It's the gay part of the beach at the gay beach. So we are setting up. You knew we entered as soon as we did because this guy who's really into his body, he brought a Bluetooth speaker and played like the gay playlist. Like it was all just very awesome, like fun pop music, and he played it loud as shit. And we ended up behind a group of gay black dudes, and their look on their face was just like surprised and like, oh fuck, these guys are ruining our time, basically. And I was like, oh man, I think we're ruining these guys' time. So anyway, but then I gotta say, dude, in the gay community, at least in the gay male community, from my experiences, dude, they just compliment each other a lot.
Yeah.
Like
positivity.
Okay, so this guy, our friend, he was wearing. First of all,
was that the one with the orange Speedo on?
Yes.
He looks incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good looking guy.
He looks like a fucking model.
He is a model.
Well, go for it.
Yeah.
I calls him like I sees him.
Yeah. So this guy wore that Speedo. Now, that Speedo has buckles on the side.
Nice.
So that it can be unbuckled. If a Speedo wasn't already easy enough access, this gentleman has made it even easier. Whoever designed it, because it'll buckle off.
That's just engineering.
So one of our other friends got mad at him, and he unbuckled one of the buckles while we were at the beach.
What a rascal!
Yeah. I don't think anyone minded. But dude, so 5 minutes into there, one of the guys who we rolled up behind was like, "Where'd you get that bathing suit?" And he was like, "Oh, this and that. I'm not sure if I remember." He goes, well, "You're wearing it though." He's like, "Oh yeah," like he like took the compliment. I don't even think he said thank you. He just knew he looked good in it.
Hey man,
dude, I know. But then like a bunch more gay black dudes rolled up, like a bunch of them, and then they all sat with each other. And I was like, I turned to Shane. I said, I think this is every gay black guy in the United States right here. And then I asked my, there's a big mosquito about to bite you.
He
Sorry,
hit me.
I'm
You
sorry.
saw that.
I'm sorry. And then I said, Liz, I think we were behind because it's still very looked down upon in the black community to be gay. I don't know if you know a lot about that, like what goes on.
No idea.
Okay, you're being sarcastic. So, of course you do.
Are you kidding me?
So, but what I was asking, my wife lived in the neighborhood and worked in the neighborhood for years and in Philly, if you guys don't know where that's at. And I asked her, I said, I think we have every gay black male in the United States right here.
You've never been to a pride parade?
No, I have. Yeah, I have. But she's like, no, that's most of the community is like black, gay, male, and trans people. And she's like, and they are so underrepresented. And I was like, oh fuck, like I figured like, because being gay in the United States a lot of times to other countries is looked at almost like a privilege. Does that make sense?
No.
Like, okay, like in parts of Africa. So I got like buddies from Cameroon.
They'll get fucking necklace over there.
That's what I'm saying. Like in like I got like buddies from
as in it's a privilege to be here and do it because they won't be fucking murdered.
Well, no, almost like
it's pretty nice.
Almost like being gay. Like a lot of other countries like don't look at being gay as like you just are gay. Like did you ever see that famous interview? It's like a Kenyan interview where the guy just goes, "Why are you gay?" And there's a trans man, another Kenyan trans man in the interview, and they are trying to explain, well, I'm not gay, I'm actually a trans. I was born into a female's body, and I'm actually a man, and so on and so forth. And this interviewer was not getting. He's very hard-headed, and he just keeps saying, "But why are you gay?" Like over and over again. And it's like silly for us, but it's just so shitty.
It's just reality.
It's very dangerous to be gay. So it was very interesting to me to see, because as much as I've been involved in the LGBTQ community growing up and stuff, I still never like hung out at gay nightclubs and stuff. So
we're talking already about a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of people.
Yeah. It was funny to walk into a gay nightclub that night with my friend Shane, because I would say maybe Shane could be like sought after by gay men. He's a very big guy. He's a bear. He'd be like considered a bear. Like we were all having the conversation with her.
I've seen Shane.
Friends.
He looks more like a wolf.
No, he's very big.
He's not that big. He's not bear big.
He's pretty big, dude. I don't know if you know Shane like that. He's a pretty big guy.
I've been around him several times. He's an XL, but he's not a bear. Keep going.
Either way. So walking into the gay nightclub and going through like the crowds, and I was like, oh man, this is what women feel like every day of their lives, no matter where they go. It was funny, man. Dude, these guys get down. They are dancing the night away, some of these guys. I was like, wow, I was impressed. It was a really fun time. Now, I'm the kind of person that, and so is my wife, honestly. We like to just get pizza and go back to the room. Her friends are very like party, like they want to be out and about and they want to do shit, they want to party. So we ended up, partying.
God love them.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta say, man, it was a lot of fun. Then my week just started off weird, dude.
You ready to get into some work shit?
Yeah. So
all right.
I know. Finally, at 53 minutes.
However long.
I'll be brief. I mean, I know
Don't
we
be
do.
brief.
So
be boxers.
Wide open.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
My underwear don't though.
So,
keep going.
Oh God, how do I even put this? So it was a busy week for me. A lot of people called out this week. First of all, everybody's sick. Everybody's coughing, sneezing, snotting all over the place. My one coworker, he's a great guy. He picked up my water bottle with a snotty tissue in his hand at one point. My brain almost fucking exploded out of my ear.
Listen. I know you.
Yeah.
Better than almost anyone.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
But if I know, if I know Matt DiDonato, I know you already.
I don't want anyone touching my things.
You already don't pick up the water bottle. Much less so with a snotty tissue.
He was hawking snot into a tissue.
He hit me again.
A mosquito. I'm trying to save you from West Nile virus.
I'll be okay.
Anyway, he was hawking these fucking like snot loogies into this wipe. We have tech wipes at work. So anyway,
is this the same guy who was ripping them in half? Or, no, that was a civilian.
That guy left.
Thank God.
Dude, these mosquitoes are eating you alive.
They're not.
I'm trying to help you.
Leave me alone.
All right. Well, anyway,
he picked up your fucking water bottle.
I threw as soon as he walked away. I fucking threw that water bottle out. I'm telling you, I threw that shit in the garbage.
Was it just a regular plastic water bottle?
It was a plastic water bottle. Yeah. Thank God it wasn't like a good one.
Yeah. Fuck.
I had somebody talk to me about their penis size.
Nice.
Tell me how
sweet it was.
Enormous it was, and
cool.
I was like, "Holy fuck!" I didn't ask. I've had. It's been quite a week. What else happened? Oh, two guys got in a fight today at work.
At work.
And I could tell one guy was lying. And that's always a funny thing. They asked him about he left a piece of paper on this thing that he wasn't even supposed to leave a piece of paper on or anything. And they go, "Did you put anything?" Because my other buddy was like, "Well, I didn't get it. Did you put anything on top of it?" And he was like, "Yeah, a washer." And I was like, "Oh, bro, you are just say you're lying. Just say, nah, my bad. It must have just blown off." Yeah. What?
Stop looking at it.
What? I do what I want.
Stop it.
When I want to.
Did they come to blows?
No. It looked like it was going to get, because he even said, "You want to talk about it?" Like the one guy who was in the wrong. And my buddy was like, "You're telling me you interrupted maintenance for this thing it's like not even like an important thing." And he's like, oh, bro. Yeah, I was ready to have my buddies back. So I got another friend. There's a lot of conversations at work. That's what I really wanted to get into today.
Okay.
People will just stop. Now, I come from the service industry. You come from the service industry. I don't just stop what I'm doing. I'll either talk and work, or I'll say, hey, I'll talk to you later about it. I got to get this thing done. But these guys are like, well, I'm getting paid by the hour. So I'll stop and talk.
It's company
and they're
time,
all
baby.
super into fantasy football. And to those of you who are at my work,
Oh my
God. I love you. I love you guys. I really do. You guys are fucking the best coworkers ever. But like,
you can't get me more checked out mentally,
dude, bro,
than when people start talking about fantasy fucking football.
Fantasy football, and they will stop each other in the middle of work and just talk about it. And dude, my brain doesn't work that way. I freak out, and they make fun of me for freaking out. Like one guy was like, hey, it's break time, and I look at the clock, and another guy fucking starts making fun of me, and he goes, oh, we got one more minute. And I laughed at that, because I'm a bit of a fucking mental case when it comes to, because I already have this great job now. I don't want to ruin it, first of all. Secondly, I never got breaks before. Like, I'm not used to the break time and stuff, and which is not, I don't want to use that as an excuse, but it's like okay, guys, like, it's really not break time.
They were conditioned a different way.
They were,
That's
yeah.
all. And most people are also.
I think you're right.
You're the outlier.
I am the outlier, but I don't really want to change because I have very good work ethic. But these guys, obviously, I mean, they know what they're doing. I do try and listen to them. I don't want to be the outlier all the time, because these guys are very, very smart individuals, and they're hardworking. But it is a different world than what I'm used to. Fucking, yeah. I could never just stop what I'm doing to talk. Like, I can't.
Like, full stop?
Full stop. Looking at phones, standing there while I'm waiting. I was waiting on top of a helicopter for 25 minutes while I was listening to a fucking... I'm not even kidding. I might be under-exaggerating. Like, I couldn't believe how long I waited until a fantasy football conversation was done.
You can't get me more mentally checked out than when people talk about fantasy football.
Dude, it's just sports in general. I don't fucking care about who caught what ball.
I can watch a football game and follow it and appreciate a good game.
Oh, that's cool. I mean,
yeah,
like hockey.
It's a good sport. Cool. Also a good sport.
Hockey's a lot of fun to see live.
Yeah. However, fantasy football is that. It is fantasy. It is made up.
Oh, yeah.
People are taking real stats from real players and they're combining them all together for their made-up football team.
I gotta say,
to compete against other people's made-up football team.
I gotta say, it is funny the bets that they make.
And the betting.
So, the bet that they made this year, I'm pretty sure... Oh, there's a fucking, like, parade going by. Nope, just one guy.
That's coming from one motorcycle.
That is one motorcycle's
That's
music.
one old head on a motorcycle. Just one.
So, there's a bet that they made. I'm pretty sure it's they have to remain
Thank you for your service out there. Sorry, keep going. They have to remain inside what?
I think they have to remain inside of a Waffle House for 24 hours and keep eating a waffle every hour.
I heard about one of these bets today, and I was like, wow, that's a hilarious thing.
They live in my neighborhood. Okay.
Nice.
Even the cats all got scared.
Grateful for you, neighbor.
Thank you for your services.
Indeed.
What else?
Thanks
about
for your
work?
services _podcast.
Instagram. I did some maintenance on my own today. I've been towing the aircraft a lot more, so I'm getting more proficient at that.
What is that?
Enjoying it. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I haven't talked about
civilian.
This. No, I know. So whenever an aircraft lands, the aircraft it's not like an airplane where it like rolls up to the
where it taxis up.
Yeah. These actually they land in a landing zone on like a little spot,
the
pad.
LZ.
Yeah, an LZ or like a landing pad.
I can do acronyms
and,
too.
That's not an acronym.
LZ landing zone sure is an acronym.
No, it's not. Acronym spells something out. LZ, that's an abbreviation. Or that's like a.
You fucking got me again.
Now I don't know if LZ is an abbreviation, but it's definitely an acronym. Always spells something like DARE. Like DARE is an acronym. Like the drug awareness.
Dumb assholes ruining everything.
Like, what does this stand for? Drug awareness? something.
Who knows?
I don't know. So anyway, so we have a tow. It's like a vehicle. It's like
Yes.
small. So we hook up a tow bar and we tow the aircraft and we put them inside of hangars. You do it every time like an aircraft lands or whatever. Oh damn, I got bit.
Yeah, you put your toys away when you're done.
You do.
with them.
You do. You put your toys away. Now it's harder than it looks because you
Guess
have a tow bar. So when you're driving a towing vehicle, it's gonna take a sec. Have you ever driven like with a hitch on the back of your car or anything
Oh, it's
like
a
that?
different world. Have you ever driven a forklift?
I have actually. I've been
Also
trained to drive on a forklift. So anyway, it's like that. So it's weird at first. If you turn too far left, you're gonna lose the aircraft. You have to like. Anyway, so I've been being trained on that for the past couple months. Here and there. I tow now, and today I towed a bunch, so that was good, and I got better and better each time. So that's been good. I've done some maintenance on my own this week. My normal coworker who I always work with, he was not here this week, and he's the other guy that's like me who just likes to work and not really talk. He was not here this week, so I ended up just having to work with a bunch of other people who I love, and they're great mechanics and stuff, but they will take time to just talk to people. And and in my mind I'm freaking out because I'm like, what if somebody sees us not working and they fire me? But it's not like that for them. They go, no, you can do whatever you want as long as you get your work done. And I'm like, oh, my brain doesn't work like that.
It took me some conditioning to get used to
office work.
To get used to the fact that people who rely on you at your job,
Yeah,
they hired you, number one.
sure.
So they understand what you can do, and they liked you enough to hire you.
They do, yeah.
And
I'm a good worker.
they say, your boss essentially is saying, here's the football, go run.
That's a good point.
And they're like, not everybody is a micromanager like some of the people that I've worked for before,
Yeah.
especially in the kitchen.
Oh God.
So
yeah. Well, that's a
that
whole
was
different
like
world.
like you said, you will get shit on, and you will get like berated for not working, or for like moving slow, or cutting something wrong, or this or that, or not being clean enough, especially. Mise en place, very important. Like, it's very important in that world. And going from that to a more demanding job in a different way,
Yeah.
but still having the trust of my supervisors and my managers and stuff to be like, yeah, I know you'll do your job. Do it how you do it.
So my job is a very knowledge-based job, and you're supposed to go slow, because if you rush something,
You'll fuck it up.
you could fuck it up
Kill somebody,
and kill
probably.
some. And exactly. So we are considered always under live fire, if that makes sense, with Army Aviation, because everything we do, no matter if it's a mission overseas or if it's a mission back home, people can die. Because aircraft,
It's fucking aircraft.
They go down. Did you see that video of that plane that went down? Basically, something happened where a tow strap inside the plane holding a bunch of cargo fucking snapped, and all the cargo went to the ass end of it, and then the whole plane did a flip in the air and crashed on the ground and exploded, and everyone died.
Holy shit.
16 people, I think, died. That was very recently. There's like YouTube videos about it. I think it's within the month. Yeah, it's horrible. But shit like that, shit goes wrong on helicopters, dude. I mean, it just does. I don't like to fly.
Seems nerve-wracking as fuck.
It can be really fun, and especially like people that fly know the aircraft inside and out and everything, or they're supposed to. Pilots, they're a different story. They don't really know shit. But they're awesome. Pilots are just fucking cool people. They've been through some shit, because they have to go through all the like hard schools and stuff like before you become a pilot.
Did I ask you yesterday or last week? I was like, is it hard to be a pilot? And you were like, it's absolutely hard to be a pilot.
It's very hard. So it's easy to be a pilot. It's really hard to get through pilot school.
Okay.
Because you not only have to do like a year and a half of like flight school, you have to do SEER school, which I was telling you. I think I talked about this last time.
Yeah, it's about
the survival training.
Yeah.
They capture you and torture you and stuff.
Techniques.
Which I would love to go to if I ever get the chance. Sign me up. You know, I really do want to do that school. The only thing I don't know if I could do is kill a rabbit and a chicken, because you do have to do that there. Anyway, I wanted to talk about. I didn't even get to get into this last week.
Started.
Do you remember? I told you
baby.
about that work party I was
the
gonna
golf
go to?
outing.
I didn't go.
You just didn't go at all?
They said I asked again. I said, "Is there?
I meant to ask you about this.
Do I have any other option?" And the sergeant who is going around collecting names and stuff said, "You could stay here and work."
And you said, "Sign me up,"
expecting me to say no thanks. And I said, "Yep, that's what I'm gonna do." I fucking stayed. I got a job done. I got some maintenance done that was left for me, and I stayed and worked, and I had a splendid time. And
were you by yourself?
No, I had another person with me who isn't full time. They were making up a drill day, but he's a nice guy. I would actually like to have him on the show at some point. He's a EMT. He's a firefighter EMT.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's a nice kid. He's very conservative, like views wise, but him and I had we had some nice conversations and stuff. And he's real young, so he's still like learning a bunch of shit. But he's a good guy.
Sure. Yeah.
And I gotta actually ask him a drill, see if he'll come on the podcast. See, he lives like all the way downstate, so I don't know.
Could be. Could be.
Maybe a call cast kind of thing. Okay.
Nah.
And maybe we'll go to him.
Nah, he can come up here.
Anyway, so that was my week. It was strange. It was busy. I feel okay. My body's fighting off something. I really don't know. I just want to go to sleep like now.
You're probably on the tail end of it.
Yeah.
When we end this broadcast sooner than later, I'm sure I'm gonna get a shot of the sky, because look how cool it looks right now.
Oh my, that's beautiful.
Sun's just starting to go down. You can see it.
Don't you love when it's purple in the sky? A very
I think it's so cool.
Sky.
Yeah.
For those of you who are vaporwave fans, like me.
Anyway,
you don't get into that, like synthwave, vaporwave.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I've also been on. I think I talked about it before. I got Liz into Miami Vice, and I've just been on such a Miami
TV
Vice
show.
kick. Yeah, I love Miami Vice with a passion. Every episode, I'm hooked. I can't explain it. I love the fashion. I love the cinematography. I love obviously the music. Just everything. I love how over exaggerated every time John Johnson has an issue, how he will fucking turn and look in the mirror but not actually look at himself. He just looks up and like does this with his hair. I love it. I love both of them. I love Philip Michael. Oh my God, Philip Michael Scott.
How's the music on that show?
How's the music? It's amazing. Jan Hammer, he's the fucking man. He's an incredible composer.
I asked that question already knowing the answer.
Yeah,
I asked it so that you could tell the.
I love Miami Vice. I'm moving stuff this weekend. So I can make my sewing room more room in my sewing room. I can set up my mannequin that my wife got me, and I'm gonna make a Henley T-shirt just like Don Johnson. I already have a shirt. I just need to cut it up and sew it properly.
Is that the room we started this podcast in?
It is the room we started.
Okay, gotcha.
That'll be the sewing room. The computer will now be downstairs.
The DVD room.
So my in-laws, for some reason, think me and my wife are obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas, as you see. So every time she goes to visit them, they buy her bags and bags of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. We have an entire tiny village of Nightmare Before Christmas toys in our fucking basement that has never been opened. I like the Nightmare Before Christmas, so does my wife, but neither of us have ever once mentioned that we like it or that we're obsessed with it. And it's so funny. I don't know if they're comic geniuses or they're completely unaware, but my wife gets so upset every time she comes back from visiting them, and she always has
downright distressed.
She was, and she had 2 bags in her hands filled with Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, like
just stuff.
So my wife pointed out, you know, like center little tiny plates that are like square shaped that you would put like sushi rolls on.
Yes.
So she brings one home and it's Jack Skellington on it. And then she's looking around and goes, oh my God, they bought us this same one 3 years ago. And so we don't know what to do with all of this Nightmare Before Christmas. Uh-oh, somebody got pulled over.
I've been looking at that all this time, and I'm just thankful that the siren's not on.
Yeah, me too.
It'd be so loud.
Anyway, we got to figure out what to do with all this Nightmare Before Christmas stuff.
Dude,
it's insane. It's humorous, and I don't know if they're just like, got him again each time, or they're just like, man, they must fucking love Nightmare Before Christmas because we just keep buying it. So
and they just keep taking it.
That's what. But they no. I'm saying, yeah, exactly. In their point of view, they just keep taking it. We keep taking it home. Not once have I ever mentioned I like Nightmare Before Christmas. Neither has Liz.
Never.
No.
Something.
I mean, I like the movie a lot.
It's fine.
But like, you know,
I mean,
I don't need it.
It's fine
for every towel, every cup. They bought us. Okay, what are those types of cups that you, like a coffee cup, but like the one that you would know, like the one you would bring in your car, like a not a thermos,
a tumbler.
Yeah, a tumbler. Bro,
love them.
We have a whole cabinet full of them, full of Nightmare Before Christmas tumblers, bro. Anywho.
And are they the good kind that keep stuff cold or hot?
I don't know.
Or they're just that size?
I've never used one. I have literally never used one. I will talk about one more thing that is on my mind. I always go through phases where I get back into like the old school hip hop I really liked because typically I've never been into hip hop, but there are a couple artists, like literally a handful, that I love. I love Public Enemy. I love MF Doom. I love Run DMC. Recently, I got into Houdini and the Fat Boys. It's like cool 80s hip hop groups. And then I picked up a Czarface album over the weekend. And the only reason I knew him is because he used to do splits with MF Doom. Not him, I'm sorry. Czarface is a group. But it consists of Inspecta Deck from Wu-Tang Clan, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the other guy's name for the life of me. But they're like a super group.
Yeah.
But their art is fucking awesome. It's all like, have you seen Czarface? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've only seen a T-shirt.
They did a song with Tom Segura and Christina P, actually, which is cool. But they do all comic book art style, and my album came with fucking trading cards. Ooh. And then spots to put your trading cards in the vinyl in the record.
That's like, pretty awesome.
It's really
packaging.
Really cool. And I picked up a Gorilla Biscuits record because I just love the Gorilla Biscuits.
If you're an MF Doom guy, have you ever heard of MF Grimm?
Is that?
He was like MF Doom's counterpart, kind of.
No, I don't think I have. I'm like a little behind the times with that. And I remember when MF Doom died, I got really sad because I go, fuck, I haven't listened to those records since like 2005, 2004.
MF Grimm has been dead for like a while, but he was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome too. Much like MF Doom. You should check him out. He's good.
Yeah, well, I actually started writing a hip-hop song. I used to write... you'll probably fucking laugh at me, but I used to write, like, rap songs when I was younger, but it would be, like, Run DMC style. It was never, like, trying to be hard. It was like, I just really love the 80s style rap. It's really fun to me, and I love to dance and all that shit. So I wrote a song, and I'm gonna keep it spooky and like do it as my Fat Monster Matt thing. And I think I'm gonna have like a rap portion, but my voice is terrible for rap music, so I would love it if somebody else would come in and rap on it, but I don't know, we'll see. So anyway,
interesting.
I guess, I don't know, interesting
development in Matt's musical prowess.
Like I said, I've been listening to the same shit for like 20 years. I just never really talk about hip hop because most hip hop bores the shit out of me, but I love live DJs and live rappers who can write some cool shit. I love Public Enemy. I love the show that they put on. Chuck D is a genius. He really is. He changed
hip hop. Boring. Most hip hop,
in my opinion. Oh, there's a mosquito on your fucking head, on your forehead.
I can feel it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah,
anyway, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we're getting eaten alive.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting kind of annoyed. I'm getting all bit up. I fucking hate mosquitoes.
Hey, man. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find all of our good stuff on there. All the links to, like I said before.
This mosquito wants you so fucking bad.
I got sweet blood,
man. He
wants
to drain your fucking dick of all your blood.
Dude, when you were... Okay, real quick. When you were younger...
Yeah.
Did you get eaten up by mosquitoes more?
Yes.
I did too.
Yeah. Now my wife no matter, she will walk through the grass. Fucking 3 mosquitoes will get her. Me, I'm like, how?
She's got that fucking.
She's got that good
that spicy blood, I guess.
She's got that spicy blood. She does have spicy blood.
So, on Instagram, thanks for your services _podcast. It has the links to all of our socials. We do actually have socials. You corrected me last week correctly. We have TikTok. Our TikTok is on there. YouTube is on there. All of the platforms we can be found on. Thanks for your services _podcast. The link is in the bio. Subscribe wherever you may. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. I saw that we're rated 4.6.
Really?
Out of 5. It's pretty good.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Not
Seriously,
bad.
that really helps us out. That's fucking awesome.
Not fucking bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
I would love to see some iTunes reviews. Positive reviews, 5-star reviews.
If you could. Yeah, if you could.
If you could. Take 30 seconds and do it. Anyway, well, enough of that fucking spiel. If you're not a social media person, if you have a story, if you have a question,
Oh, yeah.
if you have a concern,
If you want to come on the cast.
if you have a comment, or if you're a potential guest, we got some guests coming up, by the way. Listeners.
We sure do. Next episode, correct?
Next couple
Next couple episodes?
just keep your eyes open. I'll say that much.
Couple of...
Oh my. Oh
Sorry.
boy.
I know. I'm in a mood. I need sleep.
If you
Going crazy.
if you could write us an email, or if you would like to write us at ThankYouForUrServices
Thank you for your services at gmail.com. You're spelled UR.
Yep.
That is thank you for your services at gmail.com.
Thank God for you. Because I fucking screwed the pooch on that one.
Actually, it'd be more like ruff, ruff.
Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Thank you for your service.